Good morning, good evening, good night. No matter where you are on this planet, I'm sending you love and light. Check me out. Don't play small in this world. Don't dim your light to make other people comfortable. A lot of the times when I've studied great people, men and women, kings, queens, a lot of it is self-belief and being able to persevere through the trials and tribulations. Like the people that really changed this world, made a real big impact, they kept going, dog. And something that I've seen in myself, whether it was competing, bodybuilding, tried to start a recreational and medical marijuana delivery service. That got taken from me. I've taken some losses, but in the process of constructing the dream, right, trying to actually live this thing that I see inside of my mind and believe in, you'll see yourself picking up traction, but it's not always going to be good. A lot of that traction, you're going to pick up a lot of negativity from the people that's around you. They're going to try to diminish your beliefs, what you see in yourself. They're going to try to dim your light, bro. It's the people that's around you that's going to remind you about bills, your job, how you going to get that loan. What about your crappy credit? The fact that you're in the hood. You could be going through a divorce. You could have kids. You could just got out of prison and be an ex-con, and they want to remind you about that. How you going to do it as an ex-con? You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you're trying to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could be obese trying to crush a fitness goal. That's good for your life. That's a good thing. But those around you, they going to doubt you. They going to doubt you. More often than not, I find that people don't want to allow you to change. And a lot of the times it's the people in your inner circle. They don't want to allow you to change because if they allow you to change, they can't continue to throw dirt on your name. Also, to allow you to change is only a reflection upon them on how they excuse themselves from their own life. I'm not some super rich, super famous dude. I had a large platform on TikTok before they took it away from me. But even then, I'm not some super well-known, famous person. So I'm not really trying to give advice that I guess the world wouldn't really see me fit to give. But this is actual real life observation. I have actually tried to do big things on more than one occasion. And yeah, it might be unfortunate that those doors closed and God had a different path for me, but I still haven't given up, right? Like I still love content creation. I still do my fitness. I still talk about God, preach about God, give healthy perspective, as healthy as I can. I'm still spreading that love and light. You know what I'm saying? And essentially, you got to keep going. You got to really remember why you started. Like that sounds like a cliche, but when you lose things, and you invest a lot of mental capacity behind, a lot of mental energy, a lot of emotional energy, contemplation, meditation, when you're really like putting your all into a thing and it just dissolves right in front of you, dog, like a pillar of sand, bro. It can do something to you. It can drain you. It can put you back at zero if you let it, right? And I suppose that's the human thing when you're giving your all to a thing and it dissolves. It just disintegrates. And it's not necessarily by your own hand. It was just something that maybe the divine felt you weren't ready for, or maybe that just wasn't the path for you. Maybe that path, that door opened, it would have took you away from something even more divine, even more grand. These losses, these things hurt. But remembering why you started a thing can compel you to keep going. Having a strong spiritual foundation, religious foundation, any type of positive foundation where you can actually see the bigger picture. You got to be able to look at life with a bird's eye view. And you can't really do that with just being a human. So even if you don't believe in God, the reason, and it's not even just God, a creator, because I feel like it doesn't make sense to not believe in a creator. It's almost hard to miss the fact that something had to create us. But even to the people who reject that, having something higher than yourself can pull you out of yourself when you are low, right? Being able to, because there's a psychological element to religion and spirituality. even if you don't see the truth, even if you're blind to the truth, from a psychological standpoint, it still makes sense to basically put your suffering on something else higher than yourself, something stronger than you, something that can carry the load. So I'm not advising people to use God and spirituality as a psychological tool to keep you positive. But if souls can be turned over to the divine and really see the truth of life, see the spirit in life, see the spirit in all things, if they can be turned over to God, even through the concept of psychological alleviation, emotional alleviation, just handing it off to something that got your back, that's been here before, that's walking with you. Even if you use it for that, I believe God can find you in the midst of that, because no matter where you are, God already is. Even in the Bible, you know what I'm saying? God was able to work many miracles. God was able to work through Paul preaching to the pagans and shit. Like, there are many examples of where God can shine light through the darkness, to where God can work through the evils for the greater benefit of all, right? For the greater benefit of people. So although using God for psychological alleviation, to help yourself escape emotional turmoil, although that might not be necessarily what God wants, I feel as though even if you use it for that, you'll be able to see the truth of God in the circumstances and situations that you're going through that might compel you to pass it off to a higher power. I believe God can still find you. And at this point in my life, I am nothing is above the work, right? So by any means necessary, the planet needs to be healed. People, should be helped, be healed. People deserve healthy perspective. All of us need to be given our life experiences and how we overcame certain things in a healthy manner. I feel like the more people that share their life story like Jesus, the more people can be helped from these life stories, because these are real life experiences. It's not just a book. It's not some cookie cutter blueprint that doesn't apply to all. When you can find people who are in your exact situation or very similar, who can teach you how to overcome these things mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just want to play my part. And I just want to encourage people that, and reinforce the notion that belief systems outside of the world, outside of politics, outside of what your job wants, outside of what your community school of thought is, a higher belief system in this world of darkness is needed. It's needed because people will try to dim your light. The world will count you out, and you got to believe in yourself. And sometimes that's hard to do. But knowing that there's a higher power supporting you can be just the push you need to not give up. In regards to depression and suicide awareness, to not take your own life potentially. Like, God can be a very valuable tool, even if you don't believe in it. And I just wanted to share that with y'all today. I'm going to end this with my mantra. Good morning, good evening, good night. No matter where you are on this planet, I'm sending you love and light. I'm gone.